All right, you guys want to create quick kill tutorial? All right, so you want to learn to create quick kill. You've come to the right place. First, enter the door. Step 1. Step 2. Okay, let me slow this down. Okay, so the create quick kill. Let me show you what it looks like real quick. Is that right? I don't know. Oh god. This is so slow. All right, that's a create quick kill. Let me show you a different version of the create quick kill that some people will use. This method is easy enough, so I'm just going to teach this one. The one missile, 3 super strategy. Okay. So the way this trick works is there are certain frames that you need to, I guess, understand. Let me show that to you. So Kraid, when you fire this first missile, I'll get to the foot position here in a second. When you fire the first missile, Kraid begins to open up his mouth. There's one frame that if you fire your second missile in, it's not just one specific frame, it's just one animation, rather, I should call it. There's I think 3 animations, maybe 4. You want it to be on the second animation, I believe. Let me fast forward it. So that animation was proper. So, wait, no. I'm being silly. Hold on, let's back this up. I'm Oatsngoats. Hold on. Sometimes I forget how things work when they're slowed down. Let's start this from square one. Chat, back it up. Scratch all that. Hello, welcome to the Kraid quick kill tutorial. Today I'm going to teach you how to do the 1 missile, 3 super Kraid quick kill tutorial. First and foremost, you want a proper foot position. The proper foot position is when Samus's left foot is just a little bit off the platform. You definitely want this. If it's flush, I believe that still works. If it's anything less than flush, it's not going to work. So what I do is I just let Samus's toes hang over. I let Samus's toes hang over the edge a little bit. So this is a position you want. What you can do to get this position is just hold L or R, because that stops you on a dime. And then you can just like tap a direction to try to like get really precise. To be really precise with it. I'm going to save. What we do next, once you're in this position, we go into a morph ball. The morph ball reduces the lag in the area because Samus's animation is just smaller, or Samus's hitbox, whatever, the processing just takes less. So we go into a morph ball here to reduce the lag on the fight, because you can lose multiple seconds as Kraid is rising out of the ground. Next, what I look for is when Kraid is about right here is when I'm about to start standing up. And you can have, I mean, you just want missiles selected here. You want missiles to be selected because you're going to be using 2 missiles. Now, it's important to understand that when Kraid comes out of the ground, there is still potentially going to be lag there because of the rocks shooting. You want those rocks to kind of settle down, so then your second missile shot won't be eaten by it. Because if you press it too fast, or like if you press missiles normal, like tap tap to get your missiles in, it's not going to work because there could be 5 frames of lag, and then your normal strategy won't work, right? So I wait for the rocks to essentially just disappear. I'm standing up. So at this position, I'm kind of just watching the rocks. I am about to start jumping here. So, once I jump, you see... Hold on, let me get on. Can I just... Let me see if I have an image of something. There we go. So, you see Kraid's hand. You want to fire your missiles. Your first missile is about right here. That's when you're about letting go of jump. And then your second missile is about right here. Right above Kraid's claws. So what's going to happen is Kraid is going to flash because you've hit Kraid. So then Kraid begins to open his mouth. When Kraid opens his mouth, you fire your second missile in. That second missile hits Kraid's mouth. You're going to land. And then you're going to jump just about immediately after. And then fire a super missile into a specific mouth opening animation. Okay, I know this sounds like a lot, so let me try to, if I can do this frame by frame. I don't know if I can. This is kind of weird. So if you're a little bit delayed, that's what I meant by Kraid's hand. Kraid's hand is going to come back up. So you just need to be careful for that. That's why I was using that as reference. You can also use the door, but I just used Kraid's eyes. I'm basically trying to fire a missile into the eye. And then once I start falling, I fire another missile. About right there. And if I did this right, let's see. Did that hit? I guess it hit. What you're going to do is you switch to super missiles. Like, I generally just switch as soon as I can. I can't remember because my muscle memory is so ingrained. You then jump again. You see Kraid's mouth opening animation currently. The next open animation, there's like 1, 2, 3. You need to fire the super on the second opening animation. So I would fire it probably about right here. If I don't hit the claws, which I did. Nice, dude. Let me use this as a... so you can see the animation. You want to fire it a little bit higher, like I said. So if we bring the hogwash thing back up, you want to fire it about with the top of the door. And that will get over the claw. So the next animation, if you're watching Kraid's mouth, is that. That's the animation that you need the super to hit in. You have 10 or 11 frames to hit that animation. That's quite a bit. That is, essentially, that's human reaction speed. The average human reaction speed. That's like 170, 180, maybe closer to 190 milliseconds. So you have that much time to fire that to fire the first super. Now let me show you what that looks like when it's done properly. Okay, switch to supers as I'm landing. I then jump. Fire the super. It hits. Now, let me explain something. If you missed it the last time. What is going to happen now, since it's the second opening animation? Kraid's mouth is locked open. Now, during this point, Kraid has 1,000 HP. We fire 2 missiles. The first missile opens the mouth barely. It kind of jars the mouth open. You sneak that second one in as you're falling. That's 100 damage. You then jump, fire the super on the second mouth opening animation. that locks the mouth. You then fire the one, which is 300 damage, so 400. You fire the next, which is 700, then 1,000. So I don't know if that's even gonna work. That was a little low. Okay, that did work. All right, let me show it full speed. Just like that. One thing that's important, like I said, is to get over the claw and to fire both your missiles quickly enough. I don't spam it. I just do tap tap. And then also definitely keep an eye on either watch the door as a visual cue. I just watch Kraid's face. You know. Okay, so let's say you go, oh, this is too hard. Let me show you. If you have a heart, what the hell? Oh my God, no. Okay, well that's not good. Hold on. Is this part of the tutorial? If that happens, yeah, see a priest. Okay, let's say you go, oh, this is too hard. I don't want to do the 2 super. What you're going to do then is you're going to enter Kraid's lair. Kraid's lair has the 3 super blocks before you enter. You're going to only enter with 1. Normally you would enter with 3 if you're trying to do the fastest strat and then jump, as opposed to going into a morph ball and then jumping over to Kraid's lair, like the actual entrance itself. But if you only use 1, you're going to have typically 4 super missiles here. What you can do is you can stun lock Kraid with a charge shot. What that does, and the reason people like this if they're newer at the game, is because wherever you shoot your charge shot on Kraid's face, his hand will stay in whatever position it was. So you don't have to worry about trying to get over the claw. The claw hand. Yeah, so that's why people like this generally. And maybe it's just easier for them to see the actual stun lock animation. Why are you in morph? Because it reduces the lag here. So what you could do that to keep it down, and then go after the animation. So you have to... There's a couple problems with this. For one, it's slower because you have to fire 4. Whoops. It's slower because you have to on-morph and then start charging, which is very laggy. For 2, you have a slower entrance into Kraid's lair. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it. So it's just a lot slower, generally. So if you can get used to this method with the 2 missiles... There's a couple backup strats, so let me show you one. Sometimes this will happen. Sometimes, and what I mean by this is you only fire 1 missile because maybe you jump too soon and the lag eats your super or your missile. So what you have to do is you have to then just go right after the mouth opening animation. I really hate this backup. Like, if you accidentally only fire 1, you're like, shoot. You have to sneak it over the claw and hit that stun lock animation. And then fire 4. If you don't have 4, which generally we don't have 4, you have to then switch back to missiles very quickly. That's basically what I try to do there. Generally, I'm going to be out of supers there, so I only press item select once, so I would be getting it. But in this situation, I have to press it twice, so it's kind of going against my muscle memory here for my backup. You know. But yeah. Sometimes you only have 2 supers or something silly. If you only have 2 supers, you can do a weird backup. That is, you have to have the missiles as well. Oh, goodness gracious. Holy cow. Okay, you get the point. You can do something like that. Three missiles. But generally, the backup is just reset the console. Because if you miss it, you know, this happens. Kraid comes up here. If that happens, if I'm like in a race or something, what I just try to do is stun lock the mouth with a charge shot and then just fire in a couple extra supers. But if you're going for really good times, then yeah, you obviously have to reset. If not, it doesn't give, you know, you shouldn't give a shit. It's just go for it. Just continue. Okay, so here's one strategy. This is if you have the HP to do so. So this takes 16 health per hit. So in 100% speedruns, if I had 63 or 62 would work. If I had 62 health, I would go for this strat. So this is a lag reduction strat. You fall into the spikes. You on-morph as you're taking damage. You morph again, and that puts you in a perfect position to get this as well. It's a more forward position, but it also works. But this saves you a good second and a half if you get a bad Kraid, like bad Kraid luck, I guess. So let me show you what this would look like real time. Normally I wait for Kraid's head to poke out before I start going for the strat. Actually, no. I would wait a little bit. I think I would wait until the eyes. Yeah, kind of around there. And then that. So you've done this and you feel pretty confident in it. And now you wonder, how do I get to the door? Where the heck's the door? So the camera isn't fixed. Normally the game will, you know, fix the camera once Kraid is supposed to go on the second phase of the fight. But what you have to do is basically just run. Normally I wait until the spikes get around here. If you want to wait for the drops, you can wait for the drops and collect them. Like this. You know, collect the drops. Basically all you need to do is hold right. Jump. The ledge is just as high as this ledge here. Jump on the ledge, and then shoot the door open. So, in a speedrun, in any percent, like the new any percent route, what I do is a damage boost off screen to collect drops. This is a little bit more advanced because you just have to like assume where Samus is. It's also a damage boost on spikes, which is generally a little bit weirder. But once you kind of get the feel for like Samus's positions and everything, you know, it's not too bad. You can do a damage boost, collect the drops. This works better with high jump boots. But yeah, in any percent, that's basically what you do. You have high jump boots, you collect the drops. How come sometimes you get stuck at the door? So sometimes the door, if you run too soon, this is what happens. I'm taking damage. I take a bunch of damage, and I kind of get stuck on the corner. What you want to do is, if you want to jump straight to the door, and forget about the drops. You can just wait until like Kraid's mouth is like midway. Or you can jump sooner. You can wait until the bottom of Kraid's mouth basically hits the ground. And then just do a full jump. What you can do to time the door shot is watch the door on the left. Once this door on the left starts flashing, that means the door on the right, it can also be opened. So you can shoot right when you see that flash for, you know, a little bit more precision. Because if you spam shot and it opens in between shots, or it unlocks in between shots, you're losing time. That's basically it. Like I said, if you want to collect drops, this is probably how it'll look. If you're like new, you're just gonna kind of jump around to the right off screen, and then just keep holding right and jumping, and then shooting until you hit the door. Pretty much it. So yeah, hope this tutorial helped. Thanks for watching.